y'all, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be going over Turbochef ovens and how to clean them. So stay tuned for this one, guys. Alright, so we have here a Turbochef Encore 2 oven. This is probably the most common oven that we have at our Dunkin locations. We also have Amana ovens as well, and we'll probably try and do another video on those, but today we're going with the Turbochefs. And what we're going to go through is, basically general cleaning and cleaning maintenance that we recommend on these. I would say probably daily. So we're going to get right into this here, and we'll show you guys what we'd like to see you guys do in store. So first up, this is what we use here in the shop. This is an oven cleaner. It works great on stainless. That's what it's designed for. You guys will probably have something similar to this. So we'll go through on how we apply this to the oven itself. So when applying your cleaner to your oven, we don't want you to spray directly on it. We always want you guys to spray it onto your paper towel or rag. The reason being is inside this oven is crazy high voltage and amperage circuits in here. Each one of these sides is 40,000 volts and I think 15 to 17 amps. So that is way more than enough to kill you, and we don't want you guys spraying directly on the oven because it could, in theory, go inside and short out the oven. You could get hurt, you could get killed. So we don't want you guys spraying directly on the ovens. Always spray it on the rag itself. But one thing that's critical is keeping the screen nice and clean. The computer system on these Encore 2 and Encore 3 ovens is actually built into the screen. So if you have any crap that's on there, it'll throw off some things, and it actually could get false button presses and stuff as well. So we'd like you guys to make sure that the screen is always nice and clean. Wipe the handle down, the front of the door, and then inside, always wipe the door down as well. You can use the same cleaner on this as you do on the outside. So make sure you have that nice and applied. And this oven is already pretty clean. I've already gone through it once, so this one doesn't need it. But we do have one that just came into the shop. And I'm going to show you one that definitely didn't get the cleaning maintenance done that it should have been. So we'll move on to the next step. So on the side of the machine, do the same thing, and just be sure not to spray into it because it will go inside the machine with these grates. So just be very careful when wiping these machines down not to have too wet of a rag or spray your cleaner directly on the machine itself. On the back of the machine, something we recommend you guys check, I would say probably once every week, once every other week. As long as you check it bi-weekly, that's really all you need to do. But pull the filter off the back. This is a brand new filter on here, so this one was just replaced. But if you get one that's really dirty, you can rinse it out in the sink with hot water. You can do that a few times, and just make sure you let it completely air dry before installing back onto the machine. But if it gets to the point where it isn't coming clean anymore, we would recommend you guys replacing those filters. I believe they're only about $20, and it definitely saves the insides of this machine. This one is pretty dusty inside, not horrible, but the filter that was on this when it came in was pretty dirty. But it keeps dust and everything off of the control board, the transformers, and the magnetrons. We don't want that being covered in dirt. So be sure to check these filters at least bi-weekly and making sure they're nice and clean. Another quick little tidbit of information, and something that we do see often in stores when we are servicing equipment, is people slamming these doors very hard. I mean, they don't need to be slammed. You know, we see people just totally reef on them, and what it can actually do is it damages these door switches. They're very small, just these tiny little feelers on here. So when you open and close the door hard, you can damage those switches, and what that'll do is it'll cause the oven to throw a F3 code, and it'll actually blow the board fuse on these ovens, and then basically renders the oven useless, and we have to come in, We have to service the oven, possibly replace the door switches plus the fuse. And then you guys are out in oven for a couple days possibly. So make sure you treat it just like you would your oven at home. You don't slam it, shut it nice and easy, and your door switches should be fine. That's a common problem that we run into and see, I would say, just about daily on the Turbochef ovens is abuse with the door itself. So I'm going to go out here and show you guys an oven that just came into the shop. This one is pretty dirty. So definitely did not get wiped down daily like it should have been. So we're gonna have to go through and completely deep clean this oven because a lot of this stuff is kind of baked on because these things get pretty hot. They're stainless steel, the heat radiates out. So if you don't clean them how they're supposed to, the stuff just gets baked on there and it's really hard to get off. Inside is very dirty, so this stuff all got baked on here. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get all of this off. It's probably gonna take, a couple hours of cleaning and scrubbing and scraping to do that. A couple other things we'd like to see you guys do is wipe these magnetron screens off. Just wet down your rag and wipe those off and make sure they're nice and clean. That can also throw error codes as well. So reach in here once a week, make sure the oven is off and not hot, and just and wipe these little doors off. See those in there? These ones were already wiped off. I did that when it came in. They were pretty dirty. Kind of looked similar to this, but they will get bad enough where they're not cleanable and they have to be replaced, and it is a pretty big project to do that. And the final thing we're going to show you guys as far as cleaning goes is removing this stuff here and getting underneath and cleaning where the lower or the bottom elements are. So we're going to take this out and I'll show you guys what should be cleaned. I would say probably once a month with the shop vac. Okay, so this one isn't too bad inside. It's actually fairly clean, so somebody must have gone through and vacuumed this out at one point. But yeah, we'd like you to take this stuff out. You don't need any tools to do it. Everything just slides right out of there. Take a shop vac and vacuum out this entire area here around these elements, because you can actually burn these elements out if they get too many crumbs and stuff on there. So I would recommend taking that out at least once a month. Just at least checking it, wiping it out, vacuuming it out, whatever you gotta do. Just make sure the oven is completely cooled down and is off. We don't want anybody getting burned or any of the cleaning solution getting on these elements when they are hot, because they'll automatically burn the elements out. And that's all we got for you guys on the Turbochefs. Just a quick few tidbits of information. I think that'll really help you guys, and it'll also help us as technicians. If you could, please like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. We'll see you guys on the next one. Woohoo!